It's the second birthday beer from Tiny Rebel. This one is going to take you back to your youth. This is a black cherry cream soda pale ale. Sounds sweet, sounds very fizzy pop. What's it going to be like? Check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're doing this beer here by Tiny Rebel. It's another one of their Tiny Rebel's birthday beers. This is a black cherry cream soda pale ale, coming in at 4.2%. Now, I've had a cream soda pale ale. I think it was from Glenafric. Probably a couple of years ago, just one of those sort of random beers. And when I was young, I loved cream soda. I couldn't get enough of it. I just love cream soda. So the fact that cream soda in a beer, I was really excited. And I had it and I thought, yep, I am getting that cream soda flavour and it tastes like beer. And I thought, it's great. But I never had another one, and I haven't seen anyone else brew them. Even Glenafric, I don't think, brew them anymore. So when I saw this, I thought, yep, I've got to try it, because cream soda, now this is black cherry as well, so I'm not sure how far away this is going to be from a beer, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to crack this can open, stick it in a glass, and then get it down my gullet. Okay, so beer in a glass. Well, it certainly looks like a fizzy pop. Looks like black cherry. So we've got very high levels of carbonation. It's a light pinky rhubarby sort of colour. We've got a slightly pinky white head. Just the one finger of that. I think it's going to be very much like a fizzy pop. Let's see what the aromas are like. Yeah, I'm getting lots of berry sort of aromas. Black cherry, of course. Black cherry, but then it's difficult to determine whether that's black cherry or black currants. A little bit of strawberry in there. I mean, it smells similar to some of the sours that I've had before. And I mean, look at it now. It's got no head on it at all. It's literally flat as a pot pancake there. Really sort of doesn't look like a beer. It looks like an Alco pop. I'm getting a slight creaminess as well, so that's the cream soda coming through. I'm quite excited about this. I have a feeling I'm sure when I had the one before, it looked like a beer. I mean, it wasn't black cherry. It looked like a beer, but it had a nice cream soda taste. This one doesn't look like a beer, but let's try it, shall we? Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like black cherry. Very light and thin, very fizzy. If you gave this to somebody and said, what is that? They'd say, oh, it's a fizzy pop. There's no similarities with beer in this at all. But it's something a bit different, and it's fruity and it's refreshing, and there isn't any sourness in there. I'm trying to think. I'm not getting that real unique cream soda flavour though. There is a little bit of a cream soda in there, but it's almost overpowered a little bit with the black cherry, which is, can be quite an overpowering fruit anyway. If you ever have a black cherry yogurt or black cherry sweets or anything, it's quite a strong flavour, and it's the same with this. Is it a beer though? I mean, it's so far away from being a beer that there's no characteristics of that. I mean, let's have a quick look on here. I mean, it says here deep cherry, note vanilla cherry, taste creamy black cherry. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know if it hasn't got the hops in it, so it's difficult to really tell whether it's a beer or not. It's more like an alcopop. It's a bit of fun, again, another sort of great summery sort of drink. 21st of June, we'll be able to let out, and we could be sitting in a beer garden. Well, we could be sitting in a beer garden before that, actually, but we can be out properly, drinking these in the summertime. Maybe watching England win the Euros this year. stranger things have happened. It's a nice different beer, but it's not overly sweet, and which for me is good, because it's not like an alcohol pop when it can be too sweet, or it's not like a sour, hasn't got any of those sort of characteristics, a salty, sweet, and sort of like a fizzy cola bottle type of thing. You don't get that. You just get a nice black cherry flavour with a little bit of creaminess, and it's really pleasant. Sitting here talking to you guys while I'm reviewing it, though, I think it's something that you want to be sitting out in the sun. It's something a bit different. It's the sort of thing you drink when you've had quite a few beers the night before, and you've got to go out and drink a beer again, but you can't face a beer, a proper beer. So you try something like this just to get that alcohol into your body, just to get that flavour in, and it's sweet, but not overly sweet, but it's sweet, fruity, and a bit different. And this sets you on your way for day 2 of your session. It's pretty good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Tiny Rebels Black Cherry Cream Soda Pale Ale. Quite liked it. It's quite different than your normal sort of beers, but sometimes you need, what they say, change is as good as a holiday. That's what this beer is. It's fruity, it's creamy, it's not like a beer at all, but I really enjoyed it. So first things first, aroma. Well, it's black cherry is very dominant. You get that nice black cherry sort of aroma, and then there's a creaminess as well. It's pretty solid. 13 out of 20 for aroma. Appearance. Well, I'm always disappointed when you pour a beer out and it's got literally no head at all on it. It's like a fizzy pop in that way. It's pretty. It's not flat because it is quite carbonated, but I like a little bit of head. It'd be nice if there was a head retention a little bit more on there. So I'm knocking it back a few. 6 out of 10 for appearance, but it's a lovely sort of rhubarby. It's almost like a rosé wine colour, isn't it? Flavor wise, it's quite different. It doesn't taste like a beer. It tastes like what it says on the tin. It's black cherry. It's got a creaminess to it. I think the black cherry is a little bit overpowering, that you miss the cream soda bit. As I said, I've tried a cream soda pale ale before, and you really get that cream soda sort of flavour within that. But with this, you don't get quite the cream soda, but because of the cherry. So I think if they dial back the cherry a bit more, I think the cream soda part of it would have sung a little bit more. But it's certainly nice. It's not overly sweet. It is slightly sweet, because black cherries, you're going to expect a little bit of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet, and certainly it's not sour. So if you're worried about those sort of styles, then don't be, because this is, it's very easy to drink. Just for effect, I thought I would have another sip. Yeah, I like it. Would I want to drink loads of them? Probably not. A couple, maybe that's it. In the summer, when you're thinking, I just want to do something different from a beer, or something a little bit more fruitier, and you may be looking at ciders, and you can get all types of different ciders, and you can get black ciders as well. This is more similar to that, really. So, I think certain people would like it. If you're a No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, your wife would probably really like this. If they like that sweet, if they like alcohol pops, then they'll probably really like this. Flavour-wise, I'm giving it 31. I think it's solid, but, it doesn't go much further than what it says on the tin. It's black cherry, creamy black cherry. That's it. Value for money. Again, £3. I picked this up from my local bottle shop, Chester Beer and Wine, and I think £3 for a small can is a little bit expensive. When you can go to supermarkets and buy, you can buy New England IPA 6.5% in a 440 milk for £3. So a little bit more expensive, so I'm knocking it back to 7 out of 10, in line with those sort of Beer 52 sort of value for money. And then my overall experience, I've enjoyed it, actually. I'm glad that I tried it. Would I try it again? I don't think it's as good for me as the Cosmic Surfing, the New England IPA, oat milk New England IPA, the Simcoe and Citra which I thought was pretty good and really sort of, obviously that was more like a beer. Something like this, it's nice to have on occasion. It's nice to have in the summer. It's nice if you want to sort of, if you're getting fed up of drinking beer and you want something a little bit more refreshing, but you still want to keep drinking, then this is a great beer. I'm giving it 13 for my overall experience. So we top those scores up and we still get a pretty solid 70 out of 100. It's another Whitesnake beer, which, let's face it, there seems to be a lot of Whitesnake beers on this channel. I would recommend it. I think you should try it. I think some people would say, yep, it's something a bit different. You're not going to be wanting to drink this on a Friday night as, an half a dozen of them. I think that's a little bit too much. But as a one-off, it's quite nice. And the thing that's good for me is that it's not overly sweet. So that makes it very drinkable. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoyed the 2 reviews we've done of these Tiny Rebels. Tiny Rebel, could they make a comeback? Could they produce a good beer? Now, I've seen a couple of their 440ml cans, which actually are looking quite appealing. So if I see them, I'm going to buy them. But, there's other YouTubers out there. I'm sure you'll watch this video and there'll be some other YouTube one that will pop up that's reviewing and one of the birthday beers from Tiny Rebel. Give them a watch, see what they've got on their channel, because I think they've released at least I think they've released probably nine beers because it's 9 years old. So there's probably something for everyone on there. I'm sure you can still order their birthday box on the Tiny Rebel website, so check that out as well. But what do you think? Have you tried this? I'm interested to know if you could only drink one Tiny Rebel. Let's say you could only drink one beer for the rest of your life, and it has to be a Tiny Rebel one. Which is the beer that you would choose? Which is the best Tiny Rebel beer you've ever tasted? Is it still available, for example? Or was it a one-off brew in one of their birthday beers and you thought, oh, I wish they did that again because that was cracking? So let me know in the comments what you think about Tiny Rebel. And until the next one, keep on rocking.